Hey everyone, welcome to Azuria Plays. My name is AJ, and today we're diving back into the Egglocke challenge run. Last time, we battled our way through the Glimwood Tangle and faced off against the Great Fairy Opal in the Baloney Gym. Having emerged victorious over Opal's gym trial, we travelled back to Hammerlocke so we could continue eastwards towards the 6th gym. The link to the Egglocke playlist will be linked down in the description below, so if you haven't seen any of the previous episodes, you can catch up in the action there. To start things off this week, we head out to Route 7,
Hey, listen!
where Sonia appears to ask how her badge collecting is going. Suddenly, there's a huge bang that shakes the stadium, and Sonia notes that a power spot has appeared. Leon then shows up, and Sonia exclaims that Pokemon might start Dynamaxing if we don't deal with the power spot. Like responsible adults, the two of them charge off to do their bit and tell us that we should continue on with the gym challenge. As they run off, Hop appears in the distance and calls us over. Hop says he is feeling a bit lost and would love a bit of friendly competition to motivate him, and that he will be waiting for us on Route 7. Despite the clear warning that we're about to fight our rival, I made no effort to actually prepare for the fight and entered the battle with the same team that we used for the Fairy Gym. Hop starts off with the Trevenant as we send out Charizard to kick things off. Hop then tells us this is his latest and greatest team. We'll see about that. One flamethrower burns up the Elder Tree Pokemon, leaving this a 6-on-4 battle. Hop then sends out his Inteleon, and this is where I realise my folly. None of my current team members are really equipped to deal with water types. Oh dear. I recall Charizard and send out Ghirahim, but a single snipe shot leaves him deep in the ill health, and not wanting to lose our Viking kitty, I recall him to send out Elsa, as Inteleon gives her a tearful look, lowering her attacking stats. Another tearful look strips Elsa of yet more strength, as she fires off an Icy Wind to lower her opponent's speed. The following snipe shot hits its mark, taking away just under half her health, as another Icy Wind chips away some more of Inteleon's health, while further crippling his speed. Elsa fires off one final Icy Blast to ensure the Water Lizard is definitely slower than the rest of the team, as another snipe shot leaves her severely weakened. Elsa then retreats to her Pokeball, as Snapper enters the field, only to be greeted by yet another snipe shot. Knowing we can survive another hit, Snapper throws out a tomb of rocks that bury the lizard, reducing his speed yet again. Another tearful look lowers Snapper's attack stats, but unfortunately for Hop, it's too little too late, as one final rock tomb seals the water lizard's fate. Despite taking Inteleon down, our team is taking quite the beating, so this battle won't be as easy as I hoped. Hop then sends out Voltund, and this is where the fun and games begin. Rather than talk you through the turns, I'll just let you watch the footage. After roaring us 6 times, and me being too scared to leave my Pokemon in case they get one-shot by a thunder attack, we finally take down Voltund with a mighty flamethrower. Talk about a pain. Hop then sends out his Snorlax, and Baloo wastes no time in blasting the sleeping Pokemon with his powerful Fire Breath, dealing next to no damage. Snorlax then stockpiles some resources, boosting both his defense stats. As a result, Baloo switches tactics and starts firing blades of air at the sleeping Pokemon, hoping for a flinch as Snorlax stockpiles some more. The two Pokemon trade blows back and forth until Baloo becomes too weak to tank another hit, and we recall him in favour of Varuta, who is immediately paralysed from the body slam she takes upon entry. Snorlax uses this opportunity to stockpile for the final time, increasing his defence further as Varuta bulldozes the surrounding area, tickling Snorlax in the process. Snorlax manages to find Varuta's weak spot and scores a critical hit, at which point Hop decides to chime in, asking if we'd ever considered the fact that this might happen. Unfortunately, the critical blow leaves Varuta fully paralysed and unable to move. After another few body slams, Varuta is too weak to continue, unless we want to sacrifice her to the elder gods, that is, so we recall her and send out Snapper. Snapper tanks a hit from Snorlax with ease, and the rocky helmet he's holding robs the sleeping giant of his remaining health, leaving Hop with just one more Pokemon, Heatmore. In a cruel twist of fate, we obliterate Hop's Heatmore in the same fashion as poor Bokoblin met his end. A rock tomb to the face. With that, the battle is over, and we manage to escape without a single death. Turns out Hop's new team might very well be his greatest. But as I'm sure my friend Jenny will agree, it's just not the same without Wooloo. Eager to push on and bulk out our roster, I catch a Morpeko from Route 7 and a Golett from Route 8, and immediately start to hatch the new eggs we received in exchange. The first hatches into a Trapinch, which is a very welcome addition to the team, and we call it Molduga after the Sand Sharks in Breath of the Wild. The other egg hatches into a Cutiefly that we name Agatha after the bug collector in the Twilight Princess. Both Molduga and Agatha quickly evolve as we catch them up on levels with the rest of the team, with Agatha becoming a Rimbombi and Molduga becoming a Vibrava. As we head back to Route 8, we find a shiny stone, which we can use to evolve Tail into Togekiss, once we've gotten a few more levels and he learns some better moves. As we head back to the main path, having picked up our evolution item, we run into a Wild Haunter. Now back in my day, Gengar had the ability Levitate, making it immune to ground moves. But in Generation 7, this was replaced with the Cursed Body ability. Stupidly, I thought this was for the whole evolution line, so I tried to Earth Power the Haunter, and missed spectacularly. The Haunter uses Curse, stripping away half of its HP, but causing Molduga to lose a quarter of its HP every turn. Despite having Crunch, it could easily kill. In a moment of panic, I tried to flee the battle, only to fail, and be forced to watch helplessly as Molduga takes a Hex to the face. But I'm in luck. He survives with just 9 HP, and I can swap him out for the Curse. Of course. The Curse Haunter placed on him takes its toll, and Molduga falls about 5 seconds after joining the team. He had come with the egg move First Impression, and he certainly made one of those. It's just a shame he couldn't make a lasting one. Varuta enters the battle, and one Heavy Slam dispatches the accursed ghost, and we continue on our grief-stricken way. As we arrive at the exit to the route, there's a Crystal blocking a path to a TM. As Crystal is a bug ground type, Tail seems like a good choice to take it down. It should resist bug moves, and is immune to ground moves. We fire off an Ancient Power, which does little under half health, as the Rock Bug, not Ground Bug, fires off a Rock Slide that crushes our hopes and dreams, and leaves poor Tail broken and bruised under the rubble. Guess he won't be needing that shiny stone after all. At least Brick Break might be handy for the ice gym. Totally worth it, right? What? I'm not crying. You're crying. After that devastating minute that felt more like an eternity, we arrive in the frozen kingdom of Irondale, Circhester. Hop then tells us he lost the gym challenge, and everything has gone to pot. And I really couldn't agree more. Hop then says there must be something wrong with his strategy. And whatever he managed to do, I'm sure it's not as bad as sending Flying Tights to their doom against the Rock Slide. 90% sure I'm never going to get to live that one down. If I'm not careful, Pokemon breeder Polly is going to be hunting me down for slaughtering all these Pokemon he has so lovingly bred. Determined to press on for the sake of those we lost, I head to the gym challenge with Faloo, Girahim, Varuta, Din, Ilsa, and Jalhala. The Fire and Steel types should make short work of the Ice types in the gym, and Ilsa and Jalhala provide some backup if need be. Since Teal nobly sacrificed himself to allow us to get the TM for Brick Break, we teach it to Varuta and begin with the gym puzzle. For this gym puzzle, we have to make our way through a maze with hidden traps. And if we hit one, we start from the last solid platform that we made it to. And in light of that, you can now enjoy watching me fall down multiple pitfalls, having miraculously managed to not break something as we fell down over and over. We make it to the end of the puzzle, and now have the chance to challenge Melanie for the ice badge. It's at this point I remember Melanie's final Pokemon is a Lapras. While their team is extremely well suited to taking down ice types, as we can easily crush them with steel, or melt them away with our fire, but water types are a different story. While Lapras is part ice, the fact she's also part water means you can easily douse our fire Pokemon's flames, while our fire and steel type attacks will deal neutral damage. I'm going to need some decent strategies to win this. Melanie starts off the battle with her Frostmoth, and I send out Din the Salazzle to heat things up. I settle on a strategy similar to the Fairy Gym. If I can power up Din with Nasty Plot, I can sweep through her team with ease, including Lapras. We off the first Nasty Plot as planned, and then we are struck with an icy wind, lowering our speed. Well, that's that plan put on ice. Not ideal, but we can work with this. The second turn plays out the same as the first, putting us at +4 special attack, -2 speed, and hovering around half health. His Frostmoth then sets up the hail. Din takes aim and hits her mark with a powerful Venoshock, taking down Melanie's first Pokemon. Din's Shell Bell recovers some of her lost HP, but is quickly stripped away again as the hail batters against her. Galarian Darmanitan then joins the fray, and her headbutt knocks Din down to just 19 HP. She conjures up a blast of flame to incinerate the want-to-be snowman from existence. 2 down, 2 to go. Melanie sends out her Ice Cube, and Din leaves the battlefield before she takes a fatal blow, as Varuta covers her retreat, taking an icy wind with ease as her already abysmal speed was lowered even further. Despite us having a physical attacker on the field, Melanie calls for an Amnesia to boost her Pokemon's special defense, as Varuta uses her Mighty Tusk to deliver a Brick Break, cracking open the Ice Cube covering Ice Cube's face. Another Amnesia boosts the Penguin's special defense once again, as another Brick Break brings it down to yellow health, as the blustering snowstorm comes to an end. Ice Cube uses the following turn to set up another round of hail, allowing its Ice Face ability to kick in, reforming the Ice Cube round its head, and allowing it to avoid taking damage from the following Brick Break. The following Freeze Dry deals a pathetic amount of damage, but it does get the freeze, and the panic starts to set in. Our strategy surrounding Din failed, and now our bulkiest Pokemon has been frozen solid. However, in a stroke of sheer luck, Varuta manages to instantly break free from her prison of ice to deliver one final Brick Break, taking the pesky Penguin out of commission. Now for the real challenge. Melanie sends out her Lapras, and immediately calls upon the power of the Wishing Stars, allowing her Lapras to take on a new form as it Gigantamaxes before our eyes. His G-Max move can set up Aurora Veil, which makes her physical and special attacks deal less damage, so we need to try and prevent that from happening. As such, we also Dynamax, and call for a Max Guard to block any incoming attacks. Much to my surprise, Lapras fires off a Max Geyser, but thanks to Max Guard, we are safe. The following Max Geyser, however, hits us square on, taking Varuta down to minimal health, while setting up the rain, which will boost the power of all of Lapras' water moves. The retaliatory Max Quake deals a reasonable amount of damage, and nets us a special defense boost that, in all honesty, won't make an ounce of difference. Thanks to Max Guard, we're able to stall out the final turn of Dynamax, and both Pokemon return to their normal size. I recall Varuta and send out Jalhala, as he should be able to tank a hit. But no. A single Surf washes the greedy squirrel back to the Great Sea and leaves us down another team member. I send out Elsa, who uses an Icy Wind to deal about 3 damage, and lower Lapras' speed, as another wave crashes across the arena, taking Elsa below half. Regardless of my next move, someone else is going down, as none of my team can tank a weather boosted Surf. And while she might be a fan of letting things go, I can't do that to the first Pokemon to join us in this adventure. So I send Baruta to take the fall for Elsa instead. What a noble sacrifice. With that, the rain stops and we send out Girahim, who gets to work with the fake out, allowing us to score some free damage. The following turn, our strong and noble Viking delivers an Iron Head that leaves the transport Pokemon on the brink of death, as an icy wind deals little damage and cuts his speed. The opposing Lapras used Sing. It all comes down to this. If this thing hits us, Girahim will be joining his friends, swimming with the fishes, but thankfully Girahim isn't in the mood for song, and Lapras' attack falls on deaf ears, his Iron Cat delivers a final blow, netting us the win and earning us the Ice Badge. That was tough. If I had remembered that Lapras was waiting as the final boss of that dungeon, I would have used my Thunderstone and Jaws and brought him with me, but oh well. All's well that ends well. Not that that ended particularly well.
Hey, listen!
As we leave the gym, Sonia is waiting and she wants to celebrate her win over dinner and asks us to meet her at Bob's Your Uncle, the local restaurant. However, I don't think I'm ready to receive another 2 revives, so I think we'll call it a wrap for this week. Much like episode 3, we've had another bumpy ride this week, having lost a few powerhouses from the team. Poor Tail has been with us since episode 2, and we just got the means to grant him even greater strength. Let me know down in the comments if you're as upset over the loss of Tail as I am. Otherwise, let me know which team member is your favourite, and I'll do my best to keep them out of harm's way going forward. We might be down, but we're definitely not out, and next week we'll be battling our way to Spikeworth, where we'll be taking on the 7th gym, collecting a new team member on the way there, and hopefully keeping everyone safe and sound. As usual, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.